So, before starting the class, the students present mention their name and presence in the chat box. So, in the previous classes, I have already discussed that yesterday a class was also uploaded, and on this class I have discussed about the new religious developments in North India, about the Surdas, Tulsidas, Mirabai, Kabir, and also the Ravidas, okay, and Chaitanya Dev. Now, today in this class we are going to discuss the another main bhakti saint that was who was very much famous in the medieval period, that is Baba Guru Nanak. Okay. So, we know more about Baba Guru Nanak. In 1469 he was born and 1539 he was died. So, Baba Guru Nanak then we know more about Baba Guru Nanak than Kabir, because Baba Guru Nanak introduced a new religion that is very much popular all over the world, that is the Sikhism. And in India and outside countries also, all over the lot of Sikh people, they practiced this new religion, and they also served the humanity in various ways. And Baba Guru Nanak, born in Talwandi village. Talwandi village is in, at the time, it is in Punjab province, in Punjab, and in Nankana Sahib. Today this Nankana Sahib, the birthplace of Guru Nanak, is a famous pilgrimage, and every year a lot of Sikh people as well as people from the other communities, they visited the Nankana Sahib, is a holy place. So, Guru Nanak travelled widely before establishing a center at Kartarpur, and there also a pilgrimage established like Dera Baba Nanak on the bank of river Ravi or Irabati. Okay. And okay, students, I will tell you about the project, Manish. And about your project, I have detailed in detail, I have discussed in your e-portal. So, just log in your e-portal, in the chat box, I have discussed about the project in detail. Also, in the previous classes, I have uploaded in the e-portal, I have discussed about the project in detail. Okay. So, you can check that about that. From that, and as well as in your assignment portion of your e-portal, I have already uploaded the question of the project. Okay. Now, back to the study, that a regular worship that considered of the singing of his own hymns was established there for his followers. Baba Guru Nanak was also singing of his own hymns and was established there for his followers, and irrespective of their former creed, caste and gender, all his followers together they ate in a common kitchen known as langar. In today also, in each and every Gurudwara there is a langar where people serve voluntarily, and also the people from all the caste, creed, and they together sit and take the meal. Okay. So, the sacred space thus created by Baba Guru Nanak was known as Dharmsal, and today it is known as Gurudwara. So, that place where sacred place where all the people gather together, they had taken their meal, and also they worshipped their God. That is the place known as Dharmshal, and later it was known as Gurudwara. So, before his death, in 1539, okay, listen first, listen about the Guru Nanak, later after the class I will tell you about the project. little bit. Okay. So before his death in 1539, Baba Guru Nanak appointed one of his followers as his successor, and the name of the successor is Lehna, but later he was famous in the name of Guru Angad. So remember that after Baba Guru Nanak, Guru Angad is the second Guru of Sikhism, and Guru Angad compiled the composition of Baba Guru Nanak, to which he added his own in a new script known as Gurumukhi. Okay, so to which he added his own, and a new script also introduced by Guru Angad, that is known as Gurmukhi. And later on, the Punjabi language that is spoken in the region of Punjab, that was and they also used the Gurmukhi script as their main script. Okay. So the three successors of Guru Angad also wrote under the name of Nanak, and all of their compositions were compiled by Guru Arjan, it is the another Guru, in 1604 in a book, and to this compilation were added the writings of other famous Sufi saints and Bhakti saints like Baba Sheikh Farid of Punjab, a Sufi saint, Saint Kabir, Bhagat Namdev, and Guru Tegh Bahadur, another Guru of Sikhism. So in 1706, this compilation was authenticated by his son and successor Guru Gobind Singh, and Guru Gobind Singh, the son of Guru Arjan, and the successor Guru Gobind Singh finally published this compilation, and it is now known as Guru Granth Sahib. So the holy scripture of the Sikhs. So if question will ask that what is the holy scripture of the Sikhism? So it is the Guru Granth Sahib. Okay, Guru Granth Sahib. The number of Baba Guru Nanak's followers increased day by day, because through the 16th century under his successors, and because Baba Guru Nanak teach a message that is actually uniform all the ideas of different religions, and they belong to a number of caste, but traders, agriculturists, artisans and craftsmen predominated in the list of followers of Baba Guru Nanak. Remember again, traders, agriculturists, artisans and craftsmen, mainly the followers of Baba Guru Nanak. And they may have something to do with Baba Guru Nanak's insistence that his followers must be householders and should adopt productive and useful occupation. And Baba Guru Nanak insisted them to followers must be householders, means they should be a family and house, should have a house and family, and also should adopt productive and useful occupations, that those would help the society. They were also expected to contribute to the general funds of their community of followers. They also expected to contribute to, in a general fund, such as in Islam also the zakat was also collected, okay, and in Hinduism also various funds also collected from very temple committees and others. So in this way they also generated a general funds of the welfare of their community. And by the beginning of the 17th century, the town of Ramdaspur, it is today known as Amritsar, had developed around the center Gurudwara called Harmandir Sahib, or Harmandir Sahib or Golden Temple. You have already read about Harmandir Sahib in chapter number 'Okay, you cannot see me. I mean, everything is clear. So all the students are requested to mute their audio and video also. Okay. Students, everything is clear, so no problem. Yes, Aniruddha, I will give you important MCQs from the 2 chapters in the portal also, and I'll tomorrow I'll upload the question answers of this chapter. So first listen, let me finish the chapter. Okay. So the Harmandir Sahib, the golden temple, developed around the center Gurudwara or in the village Ramdaspur, and why it is known as Amritsar? Because a big lake pond was also dug by the Sikh gurus, Guru Arjan, and that is why it is named Amritsar. Sar means the Sarovar or the lake. So it was virtually self-governing, the Harmandir Sahib, and modern historians refer to the early 17th century Sikh community as a state within the state. So the Mughal community, the Mughal emperor Jahangir looked upon them as a potential threat, and he ordered the execution of Guru Arjan in 1606. But a very bad incident happened to Guru Arjan, because Mughal emperor Jahangir saw them as a threat, because the community is totally different than Hinduism and Islam, and they also their organization was very strong at that time. So he thought that he made a different state inside Mughal emperor. So it will be a threat for the Mughal emperor. So that's why he instructed to kill Guru Arjan in 1606. The Sikh movement began to get politicized in the 17th century, means 1600 to 1700 AD, and a development which culminated in the institution of the Khalsa by Guru Gobind Singh, and formation of Khalsa or the community of Sikhs, the warrior community or Khalsa, established by Guru Gobind Singh in 1699 to protect the Sikh community from outside threat and Mughal oppression. And the community of the Sikhs, called the Khalsa Panth, become a political entity, and later on this will emerge as a political entity. And the changing historical situation during the 16th and 17th centuries influenced the development of the Sikh movement, and the ideas of Baba Guru Nanak had a huge impact on this development from the very beginning. And he emphasized the importance of the worship of one God, and he insisted that caste, creed or gender was irrelevant for attaining liberation. Attaining liberation or the mukti, so no need to follow any caste, creed or gender. His idea of liberation was not that of a state of inherent bliss, inert bliss, but rather the pursuit of active life with a strong sense of social commitment. Okay. So their liberation, idea of liberation was pursue active life and with a strong sense of social commitment, and he himself used the terms Naam, Dan and Insan. So 3 policies: Naam, Dan, Insan. So these are the 3 policies introduced by Baba Guru Nanak for the essence of his teaching, which actually meant right worship. Naam, Dan means the welfare to others, Dan donation or welfare for others, and Insan means the purity of your conduct, purity of the conduct, be a human. So it is called Insaniyat. Okay. So be a human. So this is also introduced by Baba Guru Nanak, and his teachings are now remembered as Naam Japna, Kirt Karna and Bandh Chakna, okay, which also underlined the importance of the right belief and worship. Naam Japna means worshipping the God, Kirt Karna, it is also Kirt Karna means Dan, also doing some welfare work, selfless work for others, and Bandh Chakna. So be a gentle person and right follow the right path of the worship. And he believed, which also underline the importance of right belief and worship. So, honest living and helping others. Thus, Baba Guru Nanak's idea of equality had social and political implications. This might partly explain the difference between the history of followers of Baba Guru Nanak and the history of the followers of other religious figures of the medieval centuries. Okay. Because the idea of Guru Nanak was so much popular that it also emerged as a major religion of the world, and it is later on we can see that Ranjit Singh also established a Sikh empire on the basis of that religion, that all the Sikh people will together live in a empire. Okay. So, in this way it has also political implications. So, Guru Nanak and the history of his followers, the other religious figures in the medieval centuries like Kabir, Ravidas and Dadu Dayal, whose idea were very similar to those of Baba Ramdev. So, some other religious figures also found in the history of medieval India were like Kabir, Ravidas and Dadu Dayal, and their ideas, some of these ideas also mentioned in the great book of Sikhism, Guru Granth Sahib. Okay. So, students, that is all from a closer look Baba Guru Nanak. So, if you have any question, you can ask me. Okay. There are some question that what is Gurmukhi? Gurmukhi is a language that a script, it is not a language, it is a script, written form of the Punjabi language, and it was introduced by Guru Angad, the disciple of Guru Nanak. Okay. Guru Angad. Okay. So, and which place Baba Guru Nanak born? It is Talwandi in present day Pakistan, and today it is a very famous pilgrimage, Nankana Sahib. Okay. Okay, Khanka once again. Okay, Khanka is a Sufi lodge or a places where those people they actually taking rest. Or hospices or khankas are similar thing, that house of rest for travelers, specially one kept by the religious order. In each and every silsila they had different khankas. Today also in the village areas different khankas you can find out that Chisti, Surabardi, Kadiri, different silsilas there, and different khankas also there where those people lived. Okay. In village area in Bardhaman also you can find out these type of places. And you know that Sufi songs are very much popular in today. Okay. Okay, students, now about the project. So, listen that you have to make the project is about the either you have to make a scrapbook on either on Hampi or Tanjavur. Okay, you can choose any one, and you have to prepare a scrapbook illustrating the temples and other buildings from these cities. So, you can download from the internet the pictures, or and otherwise you can take some color printout from your history book. Okay, and you have to paste those pictures on the scrapbook, and you can make the scrapbook with multicolored art paper that was also available, multicolored A4 paper also available in the market. Okay. So, from that you can prepare that project. Okay. And nothing to write, just write 3 lines, that in which year the architecture or the particular temple or established, or a fort or palace is established, and by whom, in which year, and the name of the palace and the architecture, that is all, nothing else. So, just write those things after, just after the project. So, I have already drawn previous classes that in this way, and you have to make 5 pages along with the 2 cover pages, okay, like this, and you can use different templates like this, okay. Some information, just the year of establishment, who established that, okay, and a cover page, you have to make a cover page, total 5 pages, you have to make total 5 pages along with 2 cover pages, and in this way your school name should be written in this way, your logo of the school, the name of the project, SST project, social science, okay, and your name, roll number. So, left blank the roll number portion, first name, class, section, subject, okay, and your roll number, left blank the place for roll number. We will tell you later about tell you later the roll number. So, in this way with a cover page and also a end page, okay, where some cover page and end page, okay. You can write bibliography here or the number of websites and books you have used, number on website dash @ some or something .com, okay. So, in this way a website or books, okay. And at last teacher's signature, teacher's signature in this place, okay. So, in this way with the front and end page, 3 pages in the middle. So, in total 5 pages you have to make the project. So, thank you students, thank you for watching, see you in the next class.